When you design a roof, you can specify the members and settings for the individual components of your stick-framed roof. In our example today, we have a roof that includes gables, and I want to cover how the framing members are specified and how we can customize the gable framing. Let's look at the roof framing first. Select View, Framing, Display Framing. The finished materials are stripped away, and we're left with just the framed model. Concentrating on the roof, we can see the individual rafters, ridge board, and fascia board. What I want to add is ladder framing on the gable ends. Let's look at how we can specify the boards and add ladder framing. I'm going to go back to the look at the roof surfaces. Select View, Framing, Display all but the framing. Left-click to select the roof, and then right-click to select Properties. In the Roofs dialog box, select the Specify Framing button. The Roof Framing dialog box will appear. Here, we can specify the individual members that we want to use to stick frame the roof. For each different board, you can select Yes to include it, and it will frame with that board. You will also see that for each board, you can indicate its usage and phase. These fields organize the boards in a material list. You can say yes to all the boards or select only the ones that you want to count. For example, if you don't stick frame the roof, but for your trussed roof you need fascia boards, you can say yes to just the fascia boards. Going down to the bottom of the list, we have Gable Ladder. I'm going to switch this to Yes. For the member, I select on None Selected, and a button with 3 dots appears. Anytime you see that button, it's your access to the catalog to select an element. I'm going to select the 2x6 board and then click OK. There are 2 options for the extension of the gable ladder framing. To structure, we'll put the ladder framing between the last 2 rafters. Fix allows you to specify a set distance if you need to go back even further. Distance will only be active if you select Fixed. Select which one is relevant to your framing detail. For usage, I'll set it to gable framing so it will label them correctly in the material list. And then for phase, I'll set it to roof framing so these boards will appear with all the other roof framing members in the final report. Last is spacing. I'll set the spacing to 16 inches so the boards will run up the gable 16 inches apart. Click OK to exit the roof framing dialog box, and click OK again to exit the roof dialog box. Now let's see the difference the gable ladder adjustments made. Select View, Framing, Display Framing. The ladder framing is running up the gable. I hope that makes your work one step easier.